Oh, fuck, somebody's in there. I heard somebody packing a mag in there. And that zombie's stuck. Yeah, we fucking kidding me. Well, I haven't seen anybody today. I'm not against talking to them. But if they have friends and they don't want a team, then I'm just gonna blow my cover. Hey. We could talk this out, man. You got a mic? I mean, you guys heard that too, right? Didn't we walk up right as he was finishing packing a magazine? Or am I hearing things? Yeah, I heard you in there, man. I didn't mean to throw that light your way, but I got spooked. Can you hear me? He's not typing. I'm pretty sure there's a guy in there. Yeah, his stomach's grumbling there. Yo, dude, I hear you're hungry, right? I got food, man. Why don't you just say something? Can I come in? You know, man. It'd be good if we spoke here. I hear you holding your breath. I know you got a gun. Is there a friend in here or what? Oh, what is all this stuff? What you're doing ain't safe, damn it. Oh, is he upstairs? He's like right above us. Jesus Christ. You gonna say something or what? I don't want to shoot you. He's in that back room, huh? Hey, why can't we talk this out? I hear you. You're slowly dying. You're starving. Hey, who's out there? Hey, let's work together. There's a gentleman inside here. Fuck. That is not the angle I wanted. Holy fucking AK, huh, schmuck? What you got going on here? Do you have more rounds for this thing or what? Oh, I do. He was definitely telling his buddy, holy fuck, dude. That was like we had some commandos with fucking radios coming after us. His buddy was definitely outside dealing with zombies. He's like, hold on, man, I got fucking zombies on me. Just give me a second. He was like 1 minute too late. And the fucking gun was on semi-auto. I was hoping it was on full auto. There could be more. So you got, ooh, suppressed. I ruined the magazine. I wonder if he tried to shoot, but he just couldn't. I don't even think he had a chance. Holy shit, you got a lot of ammo, bro. Be easier to just grab that jacket and bring it up. Found the server's loot. Oh, it says I'm me. That guy was sweating bullets in there, dude. I love it. He's like, I got a guy in my building, Jimmy. I need you in here now. Let's just put this upstairs. His buddy just walks in like the worst way ever. He gets fucking lit up by his own gun. They're inside. he's got that flashbang. He's like, they're throwing smoke grenades and shit. It's a fucking SWAT team. I'm getting smoked out. Well, maybe we should get that since it has a scope. Wait, we gotta see what else this dude had. He's probably the big guy. Grenades. Might be hearing something else out there. Okay, so we need all the AK ammo we can fit. He's got 3 more shots there. Backpack's ruined, right? Another SSG. We had torch. More AK shots. That was kind of sloppy. Can you please pre-organize your loot before I kill you? Thank you. Chlorine tabs over codeine. Let's just get some more pills. Let's take all these good meds. EMR mag is always welcome as well. Alright, what can I drop that we don't really need? Oh nice, I can put that in the AK. Oh, it's already got one. Probably not going to downgrade to a sporter at this point, so let's empty that out. Nah, no blaze. I thought it was a blaze too. Got a magnum with shots in it. Pants, man? What, you don't like my... These are my favorite pants I'm wearing right now. What do you mean? These are ruined. Alright, we'll drop the binos even though I like them. We got the rangefinder. Kinda want that magnum. Nah, it's all good. We got the AK. Does that other guy have good pants? Let's go see. Nice. Now back to this horde of bullets. We can also make a saline bag in a sec. He's got some blood on him. These guys were blood baggers. Blood AB negative. So what can I do with some AB negative blood? Is that a bad type? Not bad, but... yeah, let's drop that. Eat that honey in a second. Okay. Oh, he's got more AK rounds. Holy shit. Definitely 308 shots, Mosin shots. Let's get some more 9mm for a pistol. .556 for the future, I guess. This guy was stacked on bullets. It's probably good. We got no more space. Oh yeah, suppressor on the pistol. That's what I brought that here for. Nice. Let's repair that as well. Yeah, we're not too worried about temperature, but I might as well fix up my clothing. Just trying to do all the major stuff while we're here, and we can do the minor stuff once we get out of danger. They could have another friend in Discord. They were so hardcore about it. What I like about that guy is... at least he didn't start talking shit, you know? It sucks he didn't talk, but it's cool because he was all serious mode, trying to get his buddy on the same page with him. And the best part is, his fucking buddy, the way he walked in, had no idea where I was. He thought I was upstairs looting his dead teammate. He did not think that I was ready at the doorway. He thought he was sneaking up on me. And when I play in certain servers, sometimes I worry, like, man, I can't do this play because this motherfucker's probably watching me. But that was such an organic encounter, you know? Feels like the good old days. I love it. Alright, let me see. I need to eat this honey. Ooh, let me ditch those 45 mags. Probably don't have any interest in swapping down to a 7-round mag right now. Nah, and 10s was a little bit too low pop. It was down to like 42 players when I got on today, so I'm gonna wait until it fills up, and then we'll try some more in 10s. Alright, let's get that IV kit. Where's the other one? Oh, I already had one there. Let's keep both of them. So I could make a suppressor with this duct tape. Oh, but I got 2 things of tape, so let's use it as a repair kit for now. Does any of that happen without lighting the flare? Yeah, you could say that that flare gave us the encounter. But honestly, because I turned the flare on, if that dude would have looked out the window a second sooner, he would have had a free kill on me. So, on one hand, we got really lucky playing the way we did. On the other hand, I think the flare, the shit we were doing showed a little bit of confidence, and I don't think he liked that. You know, he didn't do very well. He could have walked out the door and probably sprayed us down, but instead he thought I knew what I was doing, where I really didn't. I didn't know what angle he was at. But when you start throwing around flares and smokes and stuff, it definitely gets their heart going a bit. Let's empty this out. Oh, he did shoot us, yeah. So he shot us through the door, which only did partial damage, right? Look, I'm already back to full HP. Whatever he did was like barely anything, apparently. Oh, there goes the flare. Yeah, your bullets, they're like nothing. Like some emo, screamo song, I don't know. Alright, let's fix that up too. me see if that other guy had a good mask for us. Yeah, I need the sharpening stone, you're right. Both of their beards are stuck in walls. I can't really check it. Other guy's stuck in a risky doorway. Oops, what was that? Alright, we should be good to go. Did you have a good mask? No. Hey, if you're out there, we could settle this with words. Make a second suppressor. The boots. Yeah, it's not worth using a leather, basically an armor repair kit on a pair of boots. I'm gonna find so many shoes before those go ruined. We're good, we're good. Yeah, red dot's not gonna go on the AK, sadly. Okay, let's get going. Yeah, Stretch, when is the final Bitterroot playtest? That's starting sometime next week. Ooh, shoddy back here. So we have an SSG. Shares the same ammo as the AK we got. Can't see his head. Why pass up the combat backpack? Well, pretty sure it is ruined. So you cannot wear ruined items. Yeah, JC, I'm sure we'll play at least a couple days on Bitterroot during its final playtest. Alright, let me take the stuff off his head and see how big his beard is real quick. Might get shot doing this though. Yeah, we really shouldn't. Oh, he's got a big one. These guys have been out in the woods for days, damn it. I don't think they'd be holding down the hill at least. Let's try to get away from that front door. Man, my stamina's getting low. Let's pop an epi. Yeah, the gamma's on. Let's check out this little hunting camp on the way through. Let's live on the edge just a little bit. Sometimes. Yeah, that moment when he came through the door and shut the door behind him immediately, like the door flicked shut right behind him. He comes in. I thought I was going to be at least lit up, but it just felt so good to freaking mow him down. But it was so scary because the gun wasn't on full auto, so I pulled the trigger, stopped, and then I was like, oh, I'm dead. And luckily it just kept on going. Ooh, it's actually getting much brighter out. I'm going to get rid of the gamma for you guys so you can see. Spawn, so I love Namalsk. I'm always going to love Namalsk. It's just we played so much of it that I feel like it's healthy to take a break. And we were focusing on Livonia because Livonia is now included with the base edition of DayZ. You don't have to pay any extra to get Livonia now. So it makes sense to try to promote it, you know, at least let some of you guys here know that Livonia is a good place to play. And I can kind of say that I'm doing my part as a member of the DayZ community by, you know, shouting out Livonia a little bit more. But with or without me, there's a few Livonia servers that are full with a queue right now, so it's doing just fine, even when I'm not playing it, you know? And I want to be able to sneak into other servers and maps alongside Namalsk. You know, you really don't want to just play nothing but one map or one server for like 2 years straight. So even if, you know, deep down we could probably have a fun time on Namalsk every single time we play it, I think it's a little bit more healthy for like the world of DayZ if it seems like this bigger, you know, multi-map thing instead of just, I'm going to play the smallest map every single time, you know? Because we definitely played nothing but Namalsk for a very long time, and to some people, Namalsk is like the smallest piece of DayZ. You know, they love Chernarus, they want to get a new big modded map experience, and they don't like Namalsk because it can really feel like condensed, smaller form DayZ, where you spawn in, you can see a bunch of people, you can rush and get the military loot, you can get a bunch of PvP, you can do all that in one sitting. You know, it's a very fun map, but it's a different experience than what a lot of us, let's say, grew up with playing, you know, open big ol' Chernarus. So yeah, let's see what we can find down here. Now I feel like I'm lucky I can flip a switch in my head and say, alright, I'm gonna play this style of DayZ today and we're gonna make it fun. But some people can't flick that switch and they just hate a certain map. They don't want to play, you know, a certain size map, or they don't want to participate in the mission or whatever. And it's all good. Everybody has their own playstyle. Ooh, nice. EpiPen. No, I haven't tried Anastar yet. I've heard about it. It's definitely on my list. Saline bag. Ooh, full kit right there. Okay, that should be good enough. Yeah, G-Mini, it would be fun to maybe do original RE4 and then the RE4 remake right after. Try to make a day out of it, or a few days out of it, rather. Jolly shells. Nah, Nevada, I haven't touched any of the PvE for Tarkov. I'm glad that a lot of people are interested in it, that's cool, but for me, Tarkov is multiplayer. You know, the only excitement I get roaming around Tarkov these days is knowing that there's probably some player roaming around doing something, I might bump into him, you know. So personally, I don't see the appeal. If that's the thing though, if you're not on the same page, if you don't have a history of playing thousands of hours of Tarkov, you kind of like been there, done that. You might really enjoy Tarkov because, or PvE Tarkov, because it's so hardcore in the beginning. It's so fucking hard that you might just get killed by players relentlessly when you're trying to get that boss encounter, or you're just gonna try to go and enjoy the maps and roam around after work and stuff. I'd say go play PvE Tarkov, but like it's kind of like DayZ. Would I play a PvE server for DayZ? Absolutely fucking not. But if you're at that certain experience level, PvE Tarkov would definitely be amazing. It's just I've played so much multiplayer that I can't downgrade to just single player, if you know what I mean. Like, I enjoy it, but I need there to be a few intense player encounters mixed in. However, there is like a modding community for single player Tarkov, and they have a bunch of crazy shit. Like, you can change your stance, you can, there's like literal dismemberment where you like blow a dude's fucking head off with a shotgun. You know, if you want all the bells and whistles, you can try the modded single player Tarkov. That's got a bunch of shit that is different from the main game. But if you're just talking about the normal PvE from Tarkov, again, I'd rather just go play multiplayer, you know. But I could see myself trying to kill all the bosses in PvE mode, like just to get practice. Let's say you've never killed the goons before, you never killed Caban or Colante on streets. Just go do that on PvE mode at least once to get a feel for it. That could be fun. But are you gonna see me like collecting a bunch of quest items and nothing but PvE? Eh, probably not. Oh, wait a minute. Somebody was here. Somebody cut down that tree for a fire. Oh, so if Intense is full, if it's got a good population, I might sneak on it any one of these days. But earlier it was only at like 40, so I'm gonna wait a little bit. After a death, I'll check on it. Oh yeah, Nevade. So that's a whole different ballgame. If you're playing the PvE with friends, totally different thing. I could see myself teaming up with one of my friends that's like a total noob at Tarkov, and then showing them the ropes in the PvE mode. That sounds like fun. But to play like solo PvE Tarkov, nah, I wouldn't do it. But I could see the appeal with friends for sure. Career depends. If Tarkov does like a massive update and wipe where there's a lot of cool new stuff to check out, I'm probably gonna dive in and at least enjoy the early wipe. If it seems like more of just a update, then I might miss it. We'll see. Killway know that you can play like the full game now, access all the maps and the quests and stuff without encountering real players. It's like a PvE mode they released. But yeah, it's basically a practice mode if you ask me. Practice for the multiplayer version. Alright, so we've already been in Novi. We didn't really get to check much other than the PD. So let's get up on the hill and scope it out. Yeah, Bongo, but you couldn't do it with friends. And you couldn't save your loot and save your progress. Yeah, the SSG is very underrated. Whatever happened with Grey Zone? They may have released a little bit prematurely to ride the hype train, but they're still updating. I think it just got a pretty major update not long ago. They're still putting out, you know, frequent updates, I assume. I can't believe we have an AK in Nobi. Top 3 maps, I mean, it's easy to pick Chernarus, Livonia, and Namalsk as the Holy Trinity or whatever, but there's some cool new modded maps that are out there. But it's hard to put a new project in front of something that we've had for so long that's very polished. For some people that just want to get into the good stuff in DayZ, they just want to accomplish some stuff pretty quick. I'd say, you know, Namalsk is their favorite because you can get into things without spending possibly 4 hours traveling without seeing anybody. You know, some of these maps are just a little bit too big for the average player, I guess. But you really need enough space to lead to those totally random encounters, because that's the best part of DayZ, I think. Is like when you see somebody out in the woods that you weren't expecting, instead of Namalsk where it's like, oh, I'm gonna go see 5 people in Yalovisko, then I'm gonna go see 5 people at Refugee, you know. It's not always like that, but it's a little bit more predictable is all I'm saying, the smaller the map gets. And the more minimized the spawn zone routes lead to the hotspots and all the, you know, points of interest and all that crap. Is there a good amount of traffic in between, or are you doing the same one of 4 routes every single time, you know? But yeah, for some people they wouldn't play if it wasn't for Namalsk. It has a heavy impact lately in the community. But I encourage the people that got into Namalsk first to at least try out Chernarus or Livonia. Assuming they're a full server, you know. Alright, let's see if anybody's still running around back here. That's where we got the AK. Did you see something at the church? This is where I should have kept the binos. Yeah, Honkman, that's the thing. You know, some people really want that survival experience, that like it feels like a big desolate open wasteland, and they might not even encounter anybody. You know, some people, I feel like, especially the older you get and the more you appreciate like just being immersed in the wasteland instead of feeling the need to like run around and go MLG mode, get into a gunfight every 10 minutes or 5 minutes. You know, I feel like the running gunners that want more frequent action, they definitely love Namalsk right now. But the people that truly enjoy the simple things in DayZ are willing to have a big ass map like this, because they're not playing at a super fast pace, you know what I mean? Like, they appreciate the downtime that leads to the super intense encounters, you know? So yeah, Chernarus is a little bit too big for some people, but unfortunately it's better to have too big of a map than too small of a map, I think. You know, because you don't have to travel everywhere. You can figure out the hotspots and just stick to those if you really want to. But yeah, we'll see how Sakal feels. Apparently it's going to be 4 times the size of Namalsk. Clearly not as big as Chernarus and Livonia, so it's going to be more of a medium-sized map. I think that's what we need more of. Yeah, there were definitely times where if we got that encounter we just did back at Novi Police, after a 6-hour session, I would be satisfied just because we had a cool encounter on Chernarus, you know, and something happened. You know, there was a time when I'd be totally happy with that. But now these days, after playing the Malts for so long, we feel sometimes pressured to, like, holy shit, every hour we better be getting into some crazy encounter because it's possible on this map. And that one day we had nothing but crazy encounters, you know? You can't replicate that every single time on a map like Chernarus. And that's what makes the good moments so special, you know, when they finally do happen. But anyway, let's go loot up. See if we can make our way towards those tents. Well, of course Exerce, but I don't think we'll be playing any other map except for Sakal for quite a while, if everything goes as planned. I can't see myself loading up into a different map while I'm still totally lost in Sakal, basically. I know we don't always go full blast on these new modded maps, but we're gonna go full blast on Sakal. Have you got any of the Payday masks yet? Nah, so I was surprised to hear that they re-added the Payday mask back into DayZ. I thought way back in the day they re-added it, or they added it for the first time because they had some kind of partnership with the Payday guys. And that's cool, I think Payday's a good game and all. But, me personally, I think they look ugly as hell. I don't like fucking clown masks. I don't want to look like a clown. And, yeah, at least our enemies are going to be wearing those and we can shoot them, but that's about it for me. Yeah, but they've always just looked like a tier below the other masks, like graphics-wise, I don't know. I gotta see what the new ones look like. Let's see if we can find some more food here. No clockwork, so I like to start off solo, and then we might team up with random people that we find in the server. And then once we die, we're separated, instead of, you know, trying to meet right back up in Discord or something. Ooh, might as well fix up our boots with the extra one here. I am getting closer to wanting to do some scheduled team-ups, just where you play DayZ with the same person all day. You know, you base, if they die, you try to meet halfway and all that stuff. If I'm playing in certain servers where I feel like I'm getting heavily fucking stream sniped or something, I might as well just go play with a friend, honestly. But, I'm still trying to play the game of jumping around to random servers, doing the solo random encounter thing, you know. Because it is a bit more relieving to just worry about what happens in the server instead of always trying to meet up with people in Discord and stuff. Alright. You rarely ever get punks pulling up though. Oh, Pickle, what do you mean rarely get punks pulling up? You mean like I rarely get stream snipers? Yeah, you might just hopefully hear me rarely talk about it, but there are so many different forms of stream snipers, dude. Some trying to kill you, some trying to team up with you, that on certain servers they're very common, unfortunately. That's why I gotta try to keep them guessing. But if you don't think it happens, then I guess I'm doing a good job disguising it. Here we go. Alright, let's see how much we get from this tater. Oh my god, 98%? Send it to the devs. Fixed. Maybe we just gotta use a machete every time, huh? That is a new high score. Yeah, it must have been those potato peeling admins. So something in there. Is it a zombie or a player in there? Probably a zombie. Probably shouldn't be shooting that much here. These players might hear the little snaps going over their head. If they are nearby. Nige, I think if you swap to first, you're going to get more realistic encounters and better gunfights. Better player encounters as a whole in first person versus third. Plus, it's much more immersive in first. You know, I like to say, like, through the eyes of the survivor, instead of, let's go sit in a bush, or let's go sit on a rooftop with our little hovering drone, you know, acquiring all this intel without me exposing myself. You know, you have to expose yourself to gain information. And so does your enemy. So the only way they're going to see you is if you can, you know, their head is basically headshotable while you got your scope out. You know, it just feels like you have better, more realistic encounters in first. But a lot of us start with third when we're newbies, and then we graduate to first once you feel comfortable. You know, it's okay to do that. But if you start with first, you might turn into a super soldier. But no, we're not trying to be super soldiers in DayZ. It's just more about the immersion. Basically, this is a good example. I could lay here, like this, and see through that window and just wait. Oh, I see a guy going towards military tents. Bang. And that right there will kill all drive and motivation for me to play in a third-person server. You know what I mean? Like, why the fuck would I waste my time? But, yeah, it's sad they couldn't just go with first from the get-go, so we didn't have to split the community so many different ways, you know? Oh, thought I saw somebody down there. Maybe not. Nice AK shots. I got no space for him though. Shit. Nice. Yeah, we're fairly kitted thanks to a guy that was in Novi with an AK. He had an AK and they both had SSGs. Improvised suppressor. Pistol suppressor, or flashlight rather. Who'd you get him with? So we got the first guy with a double barrel shotgun, and then we took his AK for the second guy. Got a little bit lucky that the first dude didn't down me. He shot me a few times, but since it went through a door, it did less damage. Alright, let's not go up any ladders. Ooh, F and X. It's all good. We got plenty of 9mm right now. Oh my god. Noob tube round. Shh. We gotta put that in a protector case, right? Oh my god, he's on me. But for sure he was on somebody else. Let's get out of here. Somebody probably dropped that. Rob, as much as I want to call, or as much as I used to want to call scum, you know, for like certain comments they made on social media leading up to their release, you know, pointing jabs at DayZ, saying, oh, you know, DayZ's doing this wrong, we're gonna do it right, blah blah blah, and then to have them not really produce anything for a while was a little bit funny. But Scum has evolved and gotten a lot of updates, and probably the dude that made that social media post is some fucking schmuck and not one of the lead devs or whatever, hopefully. So yeah, I think we should be accepting of other open world survival games in the genre. Like, it's good to not just have DayZ, but maybe have some other games that, in my opinion, were inspired by DayZ probably, and have used DayZ as the blueprint to make their own thing. So yeah, Scum, it's kind of done its own thing for a while now, trying to be a cool open world survival game. But some people like saying they have a bit of an identity crisis, where they're going a few different directions with their updates. But we can only hope that eventually there's going to be a game inspired by DayZ that is a sweet open world survival that does what we, or that does the same things that we like about DayZ, you know? But that being said, yes, they do sponsorships where, like, it makes sense. You know, you can't hate on these people for doing it. I've done a few in the past too. Like, if you're a primary DayZ streamer, or you primarily play open world survival, FPS games, whatever, and then one of the only games in your wheelhouse, in your genre, comes out, and you get offered a deal to just go show it off for 2 hours in front of your audience for a certain amount of money, you know, some people would be silly not to do it because you're putting your foot out the door to open maybe more opportunities for sponsorships in the future, where if it was like a really sick DayZ 2.0, you would want to get your hands on it. And also, apparently, each update does get better, so some people are a little bit curious, like, alright, let's go check in on Scum, I'll play it for 2 hours, if I like it, we'll keep going, if I don't, then at least I showed it off to you guys, collect your paycheck, and just get over it, you know? So yeah, games like that, they have the producer behind them that has money to, like, pay people to show it off, basically. They have the funds to basically pay streamers and YouTubers to show off their product. And, you know, I think it's a little bit nasty or distasteful if you're doing everything under the sun, you're trying to play every little minute sponsorship under the sun, and, you know, you're taking every single fucking deal, but you can't hate people that are taking the deals that are in their wheelhouse that make sense to them, you know what I mean? Like, if something came out extremely similar to DayZ and there's a sponsorship going around, I'm probably going to take part in it, you know? But if it's like Hello Kitty 3, I'm not going to be taking part in it, you know what I mean? Even though I could maybe go make some money off you guys, we're not going to be fucking playing that Hello Kitty game, obviously. But if it makes sense, you can't knock them for trying it, you know? Alright, let's try to get out of here. Yeah, basically there aren't too many of those sponsorships going around from companies that have the money to throw around that are like in DayZ's category, you know? There's not many. If they do come out, they're so small time that they aren't doing sponsorships. So Scum is like one of the only games that is kind of similar to DayZ and has the funds behind it to do stuff like that. Anyway, let's try to get towards the VMC here. I'm sure the population is still good, but I'm going to check that in a little bit here too. I want to say this server's probably full all day on a Sunday, I hope. And we already got through the night cycle, which is good. VMC is a military compound right next to Vybor. So it's like Vybor military compound. We used to call it Vereznik. It's right next to a Vereznik sniper hill. Still doing the crossbow hunt. With the current state of the zombies, yeah, if we find a crossbow early on, I'll probably keep it. But right now we're kind of beyond it. Convoys. So I don't know all the convoy spawns on Chinars. That's something I'm still trying to learn. Stretch, sometimes we go from one topic to the next, and I don't want to sit here lecturing you guys, but I think Bodycam was inspired by that Unrecord game, so I'm just going to wait for Unrecord first, play the original project that we all heard about, and if Bodycam is still around in the future, maybe I'll give it a go. But now, from what I saw, I'm not that interested in it right now. Might be a little bit too early. Nice, so now, I'm not really a big car guy. I wish I knew more about cars so I could repair them myself and stuff, but I am not a super car junkie like some people. Everybody's got their thing. It's okay if it's cars, but to me it always seemed like a little bit far-fetched growing up to be like spending big money on new car stuff. I'm just happy to have a normal car, you know. Yeah, it would probably be different if, like, growing up, if I got some sweet old vehicle passed down to me in the family and I, like, really got into taking care of it, but I always just had, like, a hand-me-down basic vehicle until I finally got my own. Oh. I see tracer shots up there? What the hell is that? Those tracers or leaves? I think I saw a UFO. UAPs. Oh. Nah, Peter, we're not on that super ultra hardcore server. We're on like the step below that. Oh, somebody's blasting nearby. If I was on the super hardcore server, I probably would have broken my knee back there at the last stop. I would have died to some crazy disease a couple hours ago. No, but I really did want to start with it today. It's just the pop was a little bit too low. No, we're trying to hold back meatball mode until somebody deserves it. The shots might have been at VMC. Do you enjoy running up to other streamers in game? No, not really. What I enjoy is randomly bumping into people. You know, it doesn't really matter if they're streaming or not. The problem with bumping into streamers is the chats usually eventually get involved and fuck everything up. Well, they'll spread information back and forth that we shouldn't know. So I've really grown to not enjoy it that much, and I try to avoid it like the fucking plague some days. But it's not their fault. It's usually some dickhead in the chat. Not you guys, but somebody's gonna be like, yo, fucking Summit's down the street, dude. Go team up with him again. I dropped you an AK, by the way. Bye. You know, shit like that. But the main thing we're trying to do is just get random organic encounters. You know, whether I'm running up on a non-streamer or a streamer, you know. Ooh yeah, I think those shots might have come from VMC. Could have came from this base. If they just shot one more time, we'd be able to tell if it was VMC or the airfield that way. Ooh, or maybe Vibor. It's likely that it could have been Vibor. So that's Resna kill. He once heard my voice and ran the other way. Yeah, and that's a sad impact that has happened now, is that some people might recognize you and then they're so worried they're going to get caught up in some stream sniper debacle where they get... And it's not even... somebody might worry that the admins are going to get the wrong idea and ban them. That's not the case. The admins are probably not going to false ban you. What's going to happen is a few dickheads in the chat are going to kind of see the way you act, and maybe you're just excited to recognize somebody's voice, so you're acting a little bit weird. Or maybe you're stream sniping your ass off and you're a douchebag. But let's say you're legit and you're just kind of freaking out a little bit. Like, even I would freak out. If I heard Running Man's voice in the server, I'd be like, whoa, dude, I basically know you. I kind of want to just see if you just want to team up here. That type of thing. Someone in the chat is going to be like, yo, this is a fucking stream sniper. He's a knower, dude. This guy sucks. Kill him, ban him. He's fucking blows. And it's like, we don't know that yet, dude. Like, you don't have enough to know that. So please don't create that yet, you know? Or somebody thinks your shit's scripted, when in reality it's somebody acting super fucking weird because they know they're in front of a few thousand people and they're like really being weird, you know? And then it's like, dude, this guy's, he's stream stalking us or he's acting weird, you know? We didn't pencil him into some script. But, you know, there's always somebody, you can't take some of the comments too seriously, but when you try to keep it somewhat professional, you can't help but acknowledge some of it, you know? I don't know. Alright, before we go any deeper, I'm going to take a quick bathroom break, because once we commit to this mill base, there's probably no coming out. We'll go from the mill base over to the airfield. Alright, just give me 1 minute, I'll be right back. Alright, let's get back to it. Yeah, so there might be a server restart in like 30 minutes. I'll check the population after that. Ooh, it's raining. I noticed we need to get some water too. Alright, let's purify this bottle. Chug it. It's probably clean, but we got it off a dead guy, so let's be safe. Alright, it's getting a little bit too foggy. Yeah, sock, the headache is long gone. I stopped thinking about it and now it's gone. I wasn't even going to say anything, but it did get so bad that I thought I just needed to step away for a minute, but we're good now. Alright, so we heard some gunshots, but that was a long time ago now. Let's go loot this place. With intentions of going past it to get to a water pump. I did enjoy my time on Intense to the point where I wanted to play it again today. But it's a little bit too much, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not always in the mood for Intense. It's got an extra layer of being hardcore that I'm not always wanting to do. But if if things go your way, and you play it enough, I think it could lead to some really fun moments for sure. Really intense player encounters. You know, imagine if you're up against a 3-man team and you shoot one and he's over there with a Surger kit trying to pull out the bullet while the other dude is covering him. Like, it could lead to some really cool shit. But it's a little crazy extreme for an everyday DayZ. Yeah, exactly. Let's just do like one character every once in a while to get our skills up, and then when I can actually do the med system properly, it'll be a bit more enjoyable. Like I said, once the server restarts, I'm gonna check the pop of intents, see if we can do one character tonight or not. Everything a trying to one life server. Yeah, I mean, it definitely is interesting, the idea of once you die, you get kicked off of the server for a few days or a few weeks. So you really have to take your life serious. That's a zombie. But, no, you know, on one hand, it's probably going to promote some really smart engagements. Like, it's going to feel like you're actually up against a survivor that wants to live. But that might mean he just runs away from any little slight conflict. You know, he's like, oh, that zombie's in a weird position, I hear gunshots, I'm just going to run away. You know, so it's either going to be uber intense or possibly extremely boring. I don't know. Yeah, it's hard to gauge. It depends who you bump into, I guess. It depends how, if you enjoy the little things in life, like sitting by a campfire. I don't know. Alright, we need those rounds. Even an hour wait. Yeah, but then you have, if it is a really full server with a popular queue, on top of just waiting in the queue to play, now you have another queue based off your life. You make the smallest mistake with a janky zombie, you're dead for a week. I mean, definitely not for everybody, but the upper echelon of players would love it. I think. Yeah, I know we'd probably resort to doing the right thing, which is probably camping, sitting there with your snipe, watching a doorway for 2 hours instead of doing the fun, risky thing, which is like push up and try to find the guy that you heard. But on those one life servers, you're not going to be doing that risky, fun stuff. You're just going to be playing super serious. But again, you can do what you want, maybe play in the hardcore server, but still have some fun with it. Try to find a happy medium. Ooh, that is a working Humvee, but it's missing all the tires. Probably missing the core parts too. It's cool to see, though. What does it mean, one life server? It means after you die, you can't play on the server for X amount of time. So it could be whatever the admin set. Maybe you can't respawn for a week. It's trying to encourage you to take your life super serious instead of being that freshie that's just like hitting the respawn button over and over again until he gets his favorite spawn. And then he respawns again to get next to his favorite military spot or his favorite streamer, you know. It like really encourages you to make the most of that one life, because once you lose it, you can't play for maybe 3 days or a week or something. I don't know, if that server is still healthy with a good pop, what is it called right now? I've never played in it, but I've heard about it. It sounded like something. What was that? Oh yeah. How's the durability on the mag? Worn. Gun is pristine. Everything's good. Yeah, the click is fire rate. John, they might have fixed the holster belt problem. I'm not sure if it's totally fixed. Right now I just don't have a belt. We got the fanny pack. And I don't have a plate carrier either. Nah, beat, so I used to do a lot of backpack stashes, where let's say you kill a guy, you take his bag, you could fill it up with goodies, and then drop it in a hiding spot, and it would be there for like 4 to 6 hours or something, depending on the patch. I used to do that a lot, or you can get, you know, barrels and tents, but I don't do a lot of the base building anymore. I went through a phase of doing a lot of base building in Arma 3, when it was going through its DayZ Arma 3 Exile. It was basically Arma 3 styled like DayZ, and I was playing it on a map called, or obviously Essaker, the original version of Essaker way back in the day. So I kind of got all the base building out of my system years ago, and then when it finally made its way to DayZ Standalone, it was done in a way that, you know, it's cool, but some people just take it so far that it, you know, does things like affects player flow and or like map flow, map activity, even performance of the server if your base is too big. And I'm not gonna lie, the bases in DayZ kind of look ugly. It's just like this square wooden box. It doesn't really fit the natural beauty the map has, in my opinion, so there's just too many reasons I'm just not a big baser. And some of these hardcore servers we play in actually have base building turned off, so that's kind of nice. Speaking of bases, is that a log there? Or a plank? Speaking of bases, here's a great example of why bases suck. Somebody tried to take over the fucking camel building as their base, and I think it got raided. And that guy that we were playing with the other day, he was so funny until he, I think, got banned for doing some dumb shit and saying some stupid shit. But we didn't see him get banned, but the guy that was like, oh, there's too many guns. And he's like, oh, fucking first person sucks. That guy, he gets to the tippity top of a sweet tower, and the first thing he says is, man, I wish I could build a base up here. And it's up on the tallest building in the whole fucking game, where you can just sit up there and pick people off, like pick off freshies. And his immediate reaction is, oh man, I need to get a base going up here. I'm actually gonna log off. And like, that's the problem with base building, is you just get like a crazy vantage point and lock it off to yourself, you know. He got banned. If you think back to the things he said some things that are a little bit colorful. I think it was a temp ban where he needs to come back in, or go into the Discord and be like, yeah, okay, I'm not gonna say that again. But yeah, if the admins are watching my stream, they can act on banning people, so. They're not always watching, but when they are, it's a very quick ticket system for me that I don't have to fill out, luckily. Ooh, that's not good. Somebody was here. those bullets there? No. No, we're right next to Northwest Airfield. We're at VMC. Just trying to make my way towards a water pump. Yeah, and then took a shot at a dude and combat logged in the same building. Yeah, he also technically combat logged. I think that solidified the ban. I even warned him. I'm like, dude, you just fired a shot. You shouldn't log off right now. I think it's like a bannable offense. The admins are trying to enforce. And he's like, yeah, whatever, dude. I gotta go. He's like, I'm just gonna leave, man. And I just stopped trying to help him right there. Yeah, he took a few crack shots at a survivor out in the woods, and he's like, all right, I'm gonna go. Miss Barracks. Oh, we're not done looting yet. See something out here. Ooh, what? That's good meat. Wait a minute, what the fuck? Bear trap's been activated. Yeah, the AK does look pretty pimped out. It looks weird. Huge mag, weird scope. Basic grip. Silly suppressor. No front grip on the Picatinny. It looks kind of apocalyptic, I like it. MP5. Yeah, it's a result of a build-a-gun run in Tarkov. Would leave all that good meat. Maybe somebody in a rush. Somebody that lost a teammate, maybe. Or they just had too much food. Definitely want that magazine too. I don't think it's really worth setting this thing. But it seems safe right now. I think people are gonna see that no matter what. What can we drop and not think twice about? pork steak. I mean, it looks good. It's dried. I'm gonna eat it. Yeah, the rope is the means to go fishing, though. Can always replace it. Just feels good knowing that I can go into survival mode and go fishing if we get shot and have to drop our backpack or something. Okay. Maybe drink the water too. Yeah, good call. Yeah, let's do this though. Pour all the water into one container and then purify it. Alright, that'll also be another improvised suppressor. Is there something I can repair and use that up? Alright, let's repair maybe the future EMR mag. Why not? Yeah, pistol suppressor's already good to go. Alright. Don't step on the bear trap. AK in the gun. Yep, so we have a 45 rounder in the gun, and then we got an extra 30 with only 13 in it. Oh, you mean for the mag to go? Yeah, I guess we don't have space to reload it right now. Just gotta free up one slot up top there. Wait, what is that? Jacket. Gas mask. Oh yeah, the restart's coming soon, huh? It might be. I'm not sure what the schedule is on this one, but let's assume it's in a few minutes. Let me try to get to safety. I really don't want to hit a reset while I'm in a mill base, but it's bound to happen now. Ooh, I don't want to swap bags during a reset either, but here we go. Yeah, Othello, we had some good times on early Reforger, but I haven't tried it with the newest update. I need to. Let me see, should we wait here for the reset? Oh no, that's a press vest. Not a press vest, plate carrier. Ooh. Holy shite. There goes his stamina. True. Now we're juice box status. Alright, let's chill here for a minute, see if the server restarts on us. Let's organize just a little bit better. That way I can actually bring the scope up to a available slot. So we can do a quick swap here. Two things of matches. Yeah, backpack is trading space for high visibility. I don't really need it right now, but we're gonna live on the edge, have a little bit of fun today. I think it sounds cool where if we get in trouble, I'll drop the bag, and if they're looking through their scope, maybe they'll see the bag and think I'm dead. So it's kind of cool to start with it, and then maybe put all your junk in it so you can afford to drop it later. But right now it's loaded with good stuff. If it's not restarting now, I think we're good for a little bit. The press vest. Or not press, I keep calling the plate a press, you know what I mean. Another good vest. Uh-oh. Zombies are on us. You've been here very long. That was the intention. Uh-oh. Might have staggered the whole horde here. That's not smart. Yeah, we're trying to see if the server's gonna restart. If it is, it might be in the next minute or two. If not, it could be another hour. Of course, now the suppressor and the pistol are both damaged after I used up my kit. It's my bad. Holy shit, that scared me. We saw 2 people back at Novi Sabor, but we haven't seen anybody else. We heard some shots around here, but I haven't seen them yet. It's been a good day at Chinar so far. Probably don't want that. Already threw the mags out, even though it looks cool. Oh no, not Chief. Chief's coming for us, let's just go. Alright, well, let's try to make it towards the airfield. Actually, maybe Vibor to get some more water, and then the airfield. Yeah, I guess we could fill up right here and use the disinfectant tab. Nice. Alright, we do have more containers, but I don't want to have too much water weight. Let's do this one as well. We'll just immediately chug one. could see what's going on over in Vybor. We're close enough. Let's check out the airfield. We're good on food and water. Might as well dip in and see what it looks like for now. It's like we got good stuff, but I really need a better rifle. SSG is not the best snipe. Let's try to make some upgrades here. And we got an AK, but I don't have a ton of ammo for it. Sky, the thing about the last kill is it happened in like pitch black. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it that well in the clip. I guess we did have a flare on for one of them. Yeah, we're not full juice box status, more like a Capri Sun. It's a good way of putting it. More like a bag of juice. Bullets. Oh yeah, Cursal. I'd consider the Fallout games to be some of my favorites. Open world single player, you know. Played a ton of Fallout 3, quite a bit of New Vegas. You know, I love games like BioShock as well. I think probably Point Lookout was my favorite DLC from Fallout 3. Somebody that's funny, man, because I was a huge fan of BioShock 1. I consider it like one of the best, one of my all-time favorite games, you know, when it first came out. It was such an amazing experience, so immersive. But I was a little bit disappointed when I played Infinite. You know, the atmosphere wasn't as dark, it was much more like happy and shiny and colorful, you know. So the fact that you started with Infinite and then went down to the first one, you know, I know a lot of people loved Infinite, so I should really give it a second chance. Yeah, Fallout 2 was good. Or not Fallout 2, Bioshock 2. But obviously the first one is always going to be my favorite. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. There might be a second one. I thought I heard him go into that building, and then somebody ran into my building, so I think there's somebody still over there. Or, no, maybe he came out of that building and then came into mine right after. Oh. Dead zombie right there. Fuck. True. Yeah, let's just assume there's a second guy. Alright, what did you loot for us? Nice, I was looking for a replacement rifle. Hell yeah. What's his main? Somehow is this still worn? I don't trust it. I'm keeping mine. I'm not worried about the matching colors right now. He's got meat for days. Sniper shots, food. Tactical helmet might be nice. Spark plug. Did he have a radio? Nah, these dudes aren't using radios. I mean, I'm sure some of them are, but the guy earlier, I couldn't even get to say one word in voice chat. Radio would probably blow his fucking mind. He heard my voice and he's like, I can't take it. Just come save me, please. Alright, we need to get out of here. Extra mag. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to use the FX or not, but let's grab the extra ammo and mag just in case we stick with it. What should we go with? 9mm, 45, or 22? I'm already gassed out. Seems like we're okay. I just need to get out of here. This is pretty scary. Oh gosh. I'm assuming he did all this. All this damage. We got any steps? I should reload, but we still got 27 ready. Okay, we gotta empty out some ammo then. Wait, that's not enough. Need more. Okay, inventory is nice and messy for now. It's okay. Grab a gun. In this situation, it might be fun to just dump our 9mm into the next horde of zombies we see, drop it, and then focus on either the 45 or the MK. Probably the 45 since I don't get to use it that much. But look, both suppressors are damaged. Yeah, we looted that guy, we're good. Jacket's not messed up, we're good. Oh, repair my bucket, right, my helmet. Yeah, okay, I'll do that soon. I just don't want to pop up in front of this window. Alright, we gotta save 4 slots open. I don't need this many mags. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 mags, that's good enough. Oh. You think he just crumbled on that little lip there? Should use my suppressed snipe. Yeah, he's dead. You could suppress the AK, but I think it's gonna be more valuable to keep it on the snipe for now. Cover's already blown. However, I could make a second one real quick. Could have been his friend, but we don't know. Seemed like he was injured, limping around slowly. Alright, this thing is pretty much retired. Oh, you coming back? Relax. Yeah, probably time to toss the 22. I'm gonna see how many rounds I got for the 45 real quick. We can drop that 9mm soon. 25. Yeah, we got like 100 rounds of 45. We can justify dropping it, no problem. I'm just gonna be a dickhead and keep a little bit of 9mm just in case we go back. Okay. Give us a little bit of stamina there. Beard check, please. Yeah, dude, I just can't be going around showing you my beard for free. You know, I don't ask for much here. I really don't, but if you want to see the beard, man, you're gonna have to cough something up. I mean. Alright, let me show it off real quick. Ooh. It's just so lush. Yeah, let's repair that helmet while we're here. Might be kind of risky going for this guy. Bison. Looks funny with that scope. Oh. See a guy. On top of the fucking fire station. What a guy. He's all redded out too. He would be wearing all red sitting on top of a fire station. It's just like, look at me! He wants to get shot. Oh. This is just gonna be an impossible shot. Dude, we fucking did what? We hit him! It knocked him off the fucking How? How do we have a habit of hitting these fucking rando shots, dude? Like that one time when I went for the deer and it fucking hit him at 700 meters. Like, I go into this assuming I'm gonna miss, like, so hard. It hit him in the side. He was like, oh, what the fuck was that? Oh my god. That was so fucking lucky. So I couldn't even zero past 800. What is he doing up there? And why is he not sliding down the ladder super fast? Oh, he's still behind the window there. I bet I can't do it again. Oh, he's back there. Ah, that was a little bit low, and he unpeaked anyway. Suppressor's busted. Oh. He's got a limp in his step down there. He deserves that. I mean, you're gonna go on top of the fucking fire station. You deserve a little bit of a limp in your step. Yeah, we saw it hit a little bit low there. that animation where it seems like he just got hit in the side of the head with a baseball bat, though, that was epic. He's like, whoa, what the fuck was that? Alright, well, we gotta try to hunt this guy down. Alright, let's make one more suppressor. We got the materials. Put that in the AK. Alright, do we keep the PSU scope? Or the PSO scope, or do we go with the trash can? I feel like this is a little bit better for close range. Why not both? I guess I got space for both right now. Holy shit, that was lucky. Nice. Easy swap. Iron sights, yep. It's always good to have the option of iron sights as well. Got plenty of space there. Alright, where do we kill this second guy? I think he's right over there. I have no idea when the server restart is. I'm playing in a server that I'm unfamiliar with. Zombie. Ooh, he's got a real suppressor for that AK. That's what we need. Ooh, judging by the lack of gear he has, I feel like he was friends with that other dude. Did he have a skull armband on like the other dude? Or did the first guy have a skull armband on? I feel like his buddy hooked him up after he died once, judging by his gear. Oh, and he's got a second AK for another friend, possibly? The Skull Bros are around here, man. He's like, fucking hey, I'm dead. Just get to my body, bro. I got 3 AKs. Oh. Alright. Actually, we probably want that as well. Armor repair kit. Alright, we're good. Yeah, we'll eat some food. Grab a little bit of space. Better boots. Yeah, these are my lucky boots. Dude, Fetty and American, thanks for the 5 gifted subs from both you guys. We had Machiavelli within 90 months. Thanks for the huge resub, dude, for so many years. We had Tushy, Cheese, Artifact, Taos, Gaston, and Psychic. Thanks for the mega resubs, dude. 86 months from Taos. Thank you so much, man. We had Slitty as well, Wellesley, and Smalloy. Thanks for the big resubs. Alright, let me see here. Let's free up just a little bit more room. Swap that. Well, Phantom, I think you just have to get the right amount of patience for Chernars, knowing that it's a huge map, but there could be people anywhere, and we're at a really good hotspot, so there should be people around, you know? And sometimes you have to slow play the hotspot to actually see the dude that's just walking through it. Alright, let's risk it, put that there, and put our knife. Probably can't fit the knife in the boot slot, nope. And I need space to reload that AK mag right there. Ooh, what is that? AK mag. Ah, this weapon raise might kind of screw us here, but I don't really have an angle anyway. What's that noise, dude? Sounds like a car. It actually sounds like a UFO. What the hell was that? Is that the music? Did I just see something zooming down there? I heard like a zoom, like it was zooming. What the hell was that? Some kind of gun, looks like a bison. Yeah, I bet they had a third friend out here somewhere. There's no way he's carrying around an extra AK for that first guy. Unless, like one of you said, maybe he hit up that other guy's body first, and that's where he got the loot from. But he definitely had his own AK. Yeah, I don't think the buttstocks lined up, so it was definitely his own AK. He had at least a fair amount of his own stuff. Oh yeah, true, could be basers. Taking his extra gun back to his stash, right? Yeah, fire station guy could have been running back, but it seems like he was up to no good. Or he seemed like he was up on the fire station just looking for somebody. I don't know if he had anything to do with those two dead guys, you know what I mean? It seemed like he was kind of doing his own little sightseeing. Yeah, if he was looking for me, he was looking the wrong way. After hitting that lucky shot, we gotta try to at least hunt that guy down. Shouldn't be too hard to identify the tracksuit, or whatever that red suit was he was wearing. Thought you saw a dude in the tower. You're right, there was a dude in the tower. Dude, that was a guy! Good call. I looked right at him and I was like, no, that's not a guy. Wait a minute, what? 450, okay. That's nothing. What do you think? 0 for 4 and aim right at his head? Or no, he's a little bit high up. Do we 0 for 5 and aim right above his head? Or right below his head? At 5. He's just giving it to us, man. Oh! Dude! You guys, the first comment that said below, I just did it. So whoever said below, that's your kill right there, bro. I think he's only unconscious, though. God, that was mean. He's like, what do we got going on out here, boys? He might wait. Ooh. He got up. That fucking military helmet saved him. Is he getting gas now, though? I hope he's safe up there. Oh man, that was sick. Hey, that gas is spreading right to him. He probably has to stay above the gas, right? You think he's stuck above the gas? 440. I'm just gonna trust that my gun is quiet enough. Man, I am a little bit bummed that that's not a one kill or a one-shot headshot kill right there. That little Chinese military helmet saved his life. It's alright though, sometimes the system makes it look like you got 2 snipe kills instead of 1. Is he ever gonna re-peek though? Maybe not. Yeah, I mean, I can understand being at like 800 meters, they want there to be some damage drop-off, so you can't just tap people across the map, but at 450, a headshot with a 308 at 450, I think that helmet would be a fucking soup bowl, but it is what it is. Look, he's just on the edge of the gas, like he could probably get away with it and run out. He could definitely run out, man. Look at it, back door is right there. Oh, maybe not, it's kind of gassy. The one thing we have going for us is he doesn't know exactly what direction it came from, since he was kind of exposed to a few different areas. He might peek us. Yeah, he could have ran. Even if he just took a risk and like ran and took 1 bleed in the gas just to get out of there, could have done it. I want to keep rotating around a little bit. Nice thing is we got the 0 and perfect right here, so I don't really want to leave unless I have to. But we know that's not the red guy. There's potentially at least 2 people around here. And they all just got pushed out of that zone over towards the tents this way. Alright, let's zero back down. Try to get a new angle. Yeah, there's just no way that somebody in their right mind would peek it and sit there and try to look around. There's no way he does it. So me sitting here waiting on it is probably kind of silly. Let's assume that he made it out the back and try to find the red guy instead. Depends on the confidence. Yeah. But the more I play DayZ, the more I don't even care to stick around the people that have that type of stupid confidence, you know? It's almost like that feeling I get when I know I gotta go to bed soon, so I start playing a little bit extra ballsy. If I'm up against somebody that feels like that, I'd almost rather just totally reposition on them instead of giving them that YOLO Call of Duty moment. Zombie walking in. Oh, he's back up there. No fucking way he's back up there. What a psycho. 470. So head is right there. Oh, he wants it in the face again. This guy will just not get the message. Oh, he unpeaked. Settle down, settle down. Oh! Fuck, he moved. I should have waited a long time there. Let him really settle down. It's okay. With our luck, maybe that... Oh, he might have come through the window. He doesn't even care. Oh! It was right underneath his head. He's looking right at me now, too. I feel like what I saw there, though, is he's raising up a scope and looking through the scope. I don't think it's actually attached to a gun. We have just enough stamina to make the shot. It's not why I miss. I might feel a bit rushed because of our stamina, but I don't like dropping stuff. Alright, let's move a little bit more. I don't like this. He might be spawning for a friend that's out here. The reason he's willing to peek might be because he has a friend, who knows. Just give him a little bit of something to look at. $5.30. Just make sure we're not getting flanked here for a minute. How long does the gas stay? Is that like 35 minutes in vanilla? Yeah, we got an AK suppressor off the dead body. Ooh, it's damaged though, huh? Forgot about that. Yeah, there's no reason for him to pop his head up at all, except for the fact that he's trapped. He could be, you know, a little bit bored and risky if he's trapped by the gas. And he could be trying to spot me for his friend. Like somebody in chat said, he could be the bait so his friends get the big loot. He doesn't intend on getting shot, but he likes that I missed a few times. He probably thinks, oh, he's going to miss again. But no, I agree. I think it's time to move on because he really should not peek again. Last time I said that, he peeked. But it's kind of nice to sit here and be like, ah, maybe he's sending his boys after us, so let's get into a good spot and just chill. It's kind of what I'm doing right now. See if they come running along the edge here. Weaponry is tough. zero back down to normal. Move for a little bit. Yeah. Just want to see if we can spot him or his friends. It doesn't really look like that side is gassed out. I feel like he could have got out the back, no problem. Oh, maybe not. Every time I say that, I see the gas pop up. Can't really see that well. No, he's not peeking this time. Alright, well, it would be neat to lurk around until we see somebody, but let's just keep moving. Try to get a totally new angle on this place. Starting to get a bad feeling about this. No! Okay, that's the final server restart. Or not final, but finally we got the first server restart of the whole session. And it's at 1:05. So probably the next one will be like 4 hours away, but I'm not really sure what their schedule is here. Alright, let's hope the enemies make it back in. Let's take a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back in a few. Alright, let's get back into it. Let's see if this dude has the courage to move out of ATC now that the server restart has maybe deleted that gas. Does the gas stay after a restart? I'm not sure. Alright, so we just started scoping in the northwest tents. And then we got kicked off. There's definitely gonna have fresh zombies there. Maybe we just keep on going. Don't let the restart change what we were gonna do. Yeah, let's just keep going. In a pretty bad spot here. That's how they get sniped from that. Oh, oh. Oh, they got gassed out again. Maybe slightly different area though. I think that's the southern barracks where we came from, where we killed those first two dudes. Oh man, that was fun. Yeah, scope. It's been a good day so far. Okay, let's try to get a little bit higher up on this hill. Forward, nice, man. Nobody's here yet. They might be thinking about it after that reset, though. Ooh, nice. Little mushroom for the road. many? I think there's only maybe there's one type of mushroom that you can't eat, or maybe if you eat too many moldy mushrooms you get sick, but most of them are good to go. Is there even a single toxic mushroom? I feel like I haven't seen it in ages if there is one. Yeah, there probably should be one that's poisonous just to reward players for paying attention. I swear there used to be. I thought there was one that was toxic, maybe not. Maybe that was a modded server thing. Nice and quiet. I don't know if I should bother looting this place though, since we don't need too much right now as far as military loot goes. Nice. Might as well do one more fill up while we're here. Rick, I think the sound is cracking because of the water. I'm not sure. Let me know though, because I did have an audio issue last time with my Focusrite. I just had to unplug it and plug it back in. Everything was fine after. No, so Sock, I remembered that anytime you buy a Focusrite, it comes with a short cord and a long cord. So I'm in the process of trying to find that backup cord right now. And then it's gonna be, is it long enough? Probably have to just order a new one. Yeah, we did the beard check not long ago. Sorry. I had to mute my mic for a second, I'm sneezing. I'll show you the beard one more time. But this is against my better judgment. You guys happy? Yeah, now some characters are different. That might be his max. I think he can get it a little bit better. I feel like there is a certain player model that has the best beard length though. Which one is it? I can't remember. Oh, is it the old man? Yeah, it's probably the older guy. Alright, well, let's see if one of those two guys are rolling up on the tents here. If not, we can try to push the dude in ATC and see what he's doing. He might still be healing up. Fear, I'm chilling, man. I'm not really rushing for action. We're getting kind of lucky with the airfield being so active, so if things happen, they happen, but I'm not really racing after anything right now. Hmm. Should be a pretty good snipe spot to chill at for just a few. That's a zombie. Yeah, just kind of the point where maybe it would be more enjoyable if I dropped my backpack or a different gun so we have more stamina here. But I can usually deal with it. I just imagine it's pretty herky-jerky for you guys to see this all the time. Oh, that's a chief. Zombie. Ooh. Really crash? Down that way. It's pretty far away, but we could go for it. Yeah, farmer's market was really good. I didn't get the two main things I wanted, which were spinach and the broccolini, but they had some really nice sourdough bread, they had raspberries, they had a bunch of surprise stuff, so I still left there with a bag full of goodies. I don't know, the heli crash might pull people here. How about this? Let me check the population. Let's make sure the server's still good after that recent restart. If it is, we'll stay. If not, we might have to swap it up and we'll play a little bit ballsy here at the end. Let me just see how many people are still on the server real quick. Oh, fuck me. I don't know if it's looking good. If this is the right server, then the population might be cut in half right now. Because it's almost 2 AM. Alright, so it was full when I started. Now it might be down to like 30 or something, so let's just go balls out. We'll check the local military spot, see if we can find one of those two guys that we sniped. I think the last reset kind of killed the pop guys, sorry about that. And then we're either going to do some Dark and Darker, or maybe swap to a different map. I haven't decided yet. That's the risk we took. So I played in a totally random Chernara server today, mostly vanilla, and I've had such a good time. But the problem with that is it's not going to stay super populated like super late at night. You know what I mean? So we'll probably do this again, start on a super random server that I don't usually play on, see how it goes, and then we can always change maps depending on if we die. No, so that's the thing. For anybody that says change map, no D&D, I'm gonna take that as a D&D vote because I feel like playing some D&D later no matter what. I'm just letting you guys know that we might do a different map, or I might just swap over to D&D because, yeah, reasons. Because I'm enjoying it right now. Oh, and Deathbringer, what'd you say? Was there a new update for D&D? Let me see what he said. Oh, the Dark and Darker patch. Yeah, was there a new patch? When's the last update they did? Now, think about it, is the next map I might join, it's going to be the same deal. It'll be full for a little bit and then die down. Unless we play Namalsk or Deadfall, those are going to be full all night. We might dip our toes back into Namalsk, but probably not tonight. Alright, let's go towards that heli crash. Oh, okay, of course, you're talking about the latest big update. Yeah, it's been so good since the big update. Feels like there's always 50,000 people playing it right now. Or at least 50k. Yeah, Alan, first of all, don't be assuming, like, servers, because there's way more than just 3 Namal servers. I know what you're getting at, but some people live in this little bubble, which I don't blame them, but they think there's only, like, a couple of servers to play in. But there's at least a dozen Namalsk servers I could be in. There's at least a dozen other maps I could be playing in, you know, other servers. Some people start assuming server stuff, and then, you know, you're kind of giving away details in the chat when you do that, so try not to. But anyway, yo, Kuro, thanks for all the gifted subs, man. We had Steve-O, Kerbals, C-Fizzle, and Sibby. Thanks for the resubs. Nah, you're all good, man. Oh, I just heard a bomb go off. What was that? Super heavy winds, I can't tell. Ooh, pretty cool helmet. It's too bad I gotta keep mine for the flashlight and the night vision potential. Yeah, Sibby, so growing up, some of the dudes that I would go to the Halo 1 LAN parties with, you know, my brother's much older friends, instead of doing the LAN parties, sometimes they would get together and play paintball. So I got to go and play with them like maybe half a dozen times, but that was about it. I went through a little phase though when I was young of like borrowing my brother's paintball stuff, and then I eventually got lucky that my mom bought me a decent gun. So I got to play those, you know, 6 to 12 times or whatever, but after that I just didn't really have anybody else that played. I never played Airsoft. But playing some paintball was really fun. Oh, but then actually, even before that happened, I played a little bit of paintball with the kids that lived down the street, and that was rough, because it was like some of those troublemaker kids you go to school with, like kind of the bad eggs of the bunch, and unfortunately I lived right down the street from some of them. So if I was out riding my bike, I might be tempted to go hang out with them and like see what the hell they're up to. And I remember one night, I think, you know, there's like a brother duo. One of them really fucked up the other one with like a paintball to the skin. And it just, you know, makes you worry some kids aren't wearing proper eye protection, head protection, so we could have gotten some trouble. But when I went with my brother and his friends, I was all suited up wearing like a full-blown helmet to protect myself, so I got lucky, it was all good. Yeah, if I lived in an area that actually had like a paintball arena and you can go with your friends, that'd be cool, but I don't really live next to something like that. Yeah, some places have like a really high tier laser tag as well. I've never partaked in it, but I want to. I would feel like a little bit corny doing it, but with the right group of friends, I'm sure laser tag would be fun. Last thing we do before we swap is probably gonna be looking for that heli crash, maybe looting this place. I don't really want to loot much though, because the pop is dying down. Feels like I'm getting free goodies. Let's just go for that crash. I think the server is mainly East Coast based, so it's only going to get lower as the night gets older here. Do you think Day 1's going to update Namalsk with Sakal assets like the trees and snow? Is Day 1 going to do that? No. Day 1 just hosts the map. They don't really modify too much as far as like map assets. But I would assume that people like Sumrak that made Namalsk and people that are making the current modded maps, they are going to go through and maybe make some updates if they can. But yeah, Day 1 are not the people that really do that. So one of the admins from Day 1, Mandy, he does dabble in some mods. He's modded in a few things for the server, but they don't really like to change a bunch of fun, core stuff. You know, they want the main map creator to do that. Back in the day, we would see some of these maps, like, or somebody host a map and they would make a bunch of custom in-house changes to it. And sometimes it takes away from the original vision of the developer, you know, so Day 1 guys don't really like doing that. Yeah, Mandy made the initial tinted glasses mod that got adopted by the devs, yep. Can we see the smoke? It's a little bit too foggy. Wonder if it's further left or further right. Oh, there it is. Oh, yeah. Seen a live zombie. 2 zombies. Might still be untouched. Yeah, there's not much cover out here. Oh, I think that's a base. Yeah. It's all walled off by a base door. Wonder if the basers actually came out to hit the heli crash or not. I try to hold off the cannibal runs until it really makes sense. Like if I really didn't find food for a long time and then we managed to kill somebody at the perfect timing. But lately it's like we always have food. You know, food is not the hardest thing to get in some of the servers we play on. It's not like it's any easier to get, but it's just, we know how to get it, so I'm not really forced to go cannibal that much. But I think there's room for that right now. Like if a server's trying to stand out, maybe try pushing the limits on making loot more rare, like some of the old school servers tried doing. And they only had like a 40-person population because not enough people were down for it, you know? But since DayZ has grown quite a bit, I'm sure there could, you know, instead of in tens, there could be another super hardcore survival server out there that pushed you a little bit closer to cannibalism on a regular basis, but I don't know, it's just not really out there right now. Yeah, we can forcefully do a cannibal run, it's just, it gets a little bit annoying with the giggles all the time. I feel like you guys get annoyed with the giggles. I get annoyed when I get a scope and I got the twitches, so I don't know, it's not my favorite thing to do, but we should end the night with one every once in a while. Ooh, this looks so good. We get sniped over this shit though, let's get the heli crash in the background. Chicken? We're good on food. Yeah, maybe this gate leading into the red zone. Let me see if I can get one more. You are dead. Just making sure they had a battery just in case. I think it's gonna get a little bit darker on us soon. If you guys need a little bit of gamma, let me know. It would be nice to get night vision at this heli crash. Especially on this server. Zombies are still up. Alright, we might as well loot it. I'm not gonna dick around, let's just try to get in and get out. I mean, I'm not gonna camp it knowing that the pop is dying down on us right now. I think it's only like half full at the moment. But if we got a chance of seeing somebody, it's probably around here. Probably got no stamina to smack this guy, do I? No arm stamina. Yeah, he's just cracked out. Jeez. Jump over the fence, bro. Yeah, I'll give you guys some gamma so you can see this janky zombie. Alright, I'm gonna come to you. I'm gonna come to you. Let's make this easy. What the fudge? How many shots are you gonna take? At least he gave me 4 shots back. He's got a flare. Ooh, what is that? Oh! What? Dude, we got a mag for that too. I think we got 2 or 3 mags from earlier. Holy shit, do we have a scope for it though? So the hunting scope does not work. I got a red dot. Ooh, brings me back to the old days, man. Back to the DayZ mod days. Holy shit, that's sweet. Okay, do we have a weapon repair kit? No. Gotta pack this thing up. Do we drop the tundra for it? Can't see shit. Well yoked. I don't know what to tell you, bro. Server's dark as fuck. I'll give you a little bit of nightlight here. Might get us killed as a problem. Okay, let's chill out and think for a second. Let's get fully loaded. Wait a minute, we gotta do that one more time with the lights on. Oh yeah. What makes the DMR so good? So this used to be in the mod, or the DayZ mod way back in the day, and it was like the best designated marksman rifle you could ask for. And it basically just one-taps people. You know, they're either dead or knocked out with 1 shot to the chest. At most ranges, from what I've heard. I've only used it a couple of times. Yeah, some people consider it OP, and I think that it's okay to have a few OP guns as long as they're really hard to get, but you know how that goes. Sometimes the no-lifers can just always get their hands on a piece of loot once they figure out how. But for someone that approaches the game like me, I really don't get this too often lately, because I'm not rushing after it. So it feels extra special to have right now. Alright, so we have a lot of ammo for it. We could actually drop the AK and the snipe and just have this. But I need to have at least a long-range scope before I do that. Probably not going down to this, let's be real. Let's get rid of that now too. Alright, we got a second mag, but it's only a 10 rounder. We gotta find a weapon repair kit for it. PSO doesn't fit on it. You gotta remember, anytime you see this big janky side piece, that's for like a dovetail AK rail. I think it's called a dovetail. But that's always gonna be for like an AK style or SVD style gun. VSS, ASVAL, that type of thing. It's got that little side hookup you'll see here. That little piece right there is what it connects to. What's up, Dems? We're just in between Northwest Airfield and Tizzy right now at a heli crash. Okay. What should we do? This is still best for sniping right now, so we have to triple carry for a little bit longer. Alright, let me check the population one more time, because I really want to keep going with this DMR. But if the pop gets too low, I am going to swap. Let me see where we're at right now. Yeah, the pop is only getting lower and lower, guys. Let's just go to, like, maybe scope around this area, maybe scope around Tizzy a little bit, and then we're going to swap over to something else. At least we got the DMR, though. Let's just try to find a weapon repair kit so we can take care of it. Where can we find one? Yeah, Sazzy, we're going to do some D&D after this to make up for not doing it the last couple of streams. I'm treating tonight as a nice little short and sweet session on Chernarus, man. It's been fun. But I can't expect all these servers to stay full late night East Coast time, you know. Ooh, a little bit of food there too. Honestly, I almost want to... I hate to be that guy, but it's so dark that this is a good time to log. And this server today has been a prime example of, oh shit, it kind of showcases how servers lose a lot of pop when it gets this dark. I like the nighttime, but it tends to kill at least, you know, 20 or 30 player slots when it gets pitch black like this. Fuck, 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 fuck. I might just shoot these zombos, I don't want to, but... We got the DMR. Oh my god, I can't see him. Yeah, it's way too dark. Let's go play Dark and Darker instead. We can go DACA. So they could like it's a little bit deeper. Dude, I looked at fucking chat, and then I looked back, and I was like, oh my god, there's a guy in here. Sorry, I was reading chat while peeking. I shouldn't do that. I do that when the pop gets kind of low. Holy fuck, that scared me. At least we headshotted that motherfucker. it's just so dark. I can barely see the heli there. Alright, let's heat up a little bit. Nah, we're not really camping the heli. I was camping a little bit, but that's only because there's like 20 people left in the server, so it's our best bet to get one more encounter before I swap to something else here. But, you know, at this point I feel like, I'm just looting an empty server. I don't want to get good loots while it's down, you know, so let's pick up where we left off next time. Probably gonna swap over to some D&D in just a few. I will take a look at the server list before I do that to see if something catches my eye, but it's getting kind of late. I kind of want to chill out with a little bit of late night D&D. Alright, so we got the AK all set. Gotta find a repair kit for the DMR. Yo, what's up, Gustav? Dude, we got so lucky with like a... How many meters was that shot? It was like 1,000 meters away. And we knocked this guy off a ladder. But unfortunately he got... Or, he didn't die, he got away. If somebody has a clip of it, I can show Gustav because he wasn't here, and I kind of want to rewatch it because I'm still in disbelief that it actually hit. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Alright dudes, like I said, the server's down to like 16 players. I'm not going to sit around and try to find, you know, the only dude that's around us right now. Let's swap over to something else. Let me see if I can find that clip for those of you that missed it. But yeah, let's try to continue building up this DMR next time. I'm happy we saw it. I'm sorry we didn't get to shoot it off, but we're definitely going to play on this server again at some point. Alright, let me see... Yeah, the clip of the guy that got knocked off the ladder. You guys have that? Let me see if I can find it. That's the one of me shooting the light. Damn it. At least we got a final kill before it ended there. Okay, here we go. Somebody did clip it. Okay, here we go. He's all redded out too. He would be wearing all red sitting on top of a fire station. Yeah, he's got a red shirt on, he's dancing around top, he's like, look at me! He's just like, look at me! That's what I said! That's what I said! I didn't even know I was gonna say that, but I said it! This is just gonna be an impossible shot. Dude, we fucking... How did that even hit him, man? That is so fucking far away. That is the luckiest shot I think I've hit in the past, like, 2 years. And then you'll see his elbow like kind of flare out. Look at him. He's like, whoa, what the fuck was that? And it knocks him off the ladder. Dude, it would have been so sweet if we hit it up here and then it did a half damage and the rest of it was fall damage and he actually died. But this dude actually got away. I missed a shot right here. We saw it hit the bottom panel and then he got away. And then I checked the server pop and it was only at 20. But who knows? Maybe that guy's still out there. We could have continued the hunt and found him. But I think the chase was over with. Alright, one more time just at full speed. So we did the DayZ Run. I think it didn't tell us, right? So it had to be over 800. Or over 1,000, right? This was so lucky.